$100 in fines. What is this all about, sir?
I come to play in the park, and again, I want to tell you again, I'm a struggling artist. I come to play, and this cup 5 sites.
Buckle up for one of the most blatantly discriminatory cases you will ever witness. Fletcher Melvin, a struggling jazz musician, is facing $1,200 in fines for playing at a city-sponsored concert at a retirement home. But here's where it gets insane. Officer Kyle Jacobs gave him 5 noise pollution citations in one day, arriving with sirens blazing like it was a bank robbery. And get this, the week before, a white classical musician played the exact same venue with 0 police interference. We're about to watch Judge Porter, who happens to know Officer Jacobs personally, expose what might be the most obvious case of racial profiling we've ever seen in this courtroom. This isn't just about noise complaints. This is about what happens when law enforcement targets artists based on the color of their skin and the type of music they play.
In one day.
We're here for case number 7025, the City of Mango Park versus Fletcher Melvin. Mr. Melvin, good morning, sir.
Morning, Your Honor.
It shows here that you owe the city $1,200 in fines. What is this all about, sir?
This is the thing, Your Honor. Let me start by saying I'm a struggling artist.
Okay, what type of art are we talking about, sir?
I'm a jazz musician.
You play jazz?
Yeah, soft jazz.
Okay.
I was hired to play at the Mango Park retirement home. They have a regular concert series on a Wednesday. I went in there on the Wednesday. I played. It was a great performance. The people love it. They love me because I'm a lovable guy, Your Honor.
Okay.
Again, I am a struggling artist.
Well, here's my question. Okay, who hired you to play at? I'm just curious. Who hired you to play at the assistant facility? Because that event you're talking about, if I'm not mistaken, and I could be wrong, the City of Mango Park. I know they do things for that facility. Did Mango Park hire you to play at this event?
Well, it's sponsored by the city, but the management
it's sponsored by the city.
But the management of the home, they were the one who contacted me and asked me to play.
Okay.
I played. It was just a minimal amount of money that they pay. They don't pay enough. And again, I am a struggling artist, and I played. And then the cop showed up. This dude, he gave me. Listen to me carefully. He gave me 5 citations in one day. 5.
Okay.
5 for noise pollution.
5 citations in one day. Let that sink in for a moment. Officer Jacobs didn't just write one ticket and call it a day. He wrote 5 separate $150 citations for the same performance at a city-sponsored event. This wasn't some rogue musician playing on a street corner at 3 a.m. Fletcher was hired by the retirement home for their regular Wednesday concert series that the city itself sponsors. The elderly residents loved it. He was paid to be there, and somehow that warranted $900 in fines that ballooned to $1,200 with late fees. For a struggling artist barely making ends meet, that's potentially career-ending. And noise pollution? At 2:30 in the afternoon? At an outdoor venue specifically designed for concerts? This is harassment disguised as law enforcement.
I don't even know what that is, Your Honor.
The officer in question, because I looked at the citations. The officer in question is Officer Kyle Jacobs.
Some white dude, right?
Yeah,
and here's the thing. This is the thing. This is a regular concert series every Wednesday.
I'm familiar with the series, sir.
And the week before, some white guy was playing classical music, and they didn't one time. No cop didn't show up. You didn't see any cop, no sirens or no police car. I come to play in the park. And again, I want to tell you again, I'm a struggling artist. I come to play, and this cop 5 citations in one day.
Hold on. Let me see if I understand this correctly. Oh, gosh. You said that there was another artist who played during the series.
2 weeks before.
They played classical music?
Yes, and no cops didn't show up.
And when you played, the Officer Jacob showed up. And did you just say that he came with the siren today?
Yes. We saw the car with the siren blazing, and it's like, what it is? We thought somebody was robbing the place.
And there it is, the smoking gun of discrimination. A white classical musician plays the exact same venue the week before. No police, no sirens, no citations, nothing. But when a black jazz musician takes a stage, Officer Jacobs comes blazing in with sirens like he's responding to an armed robbery. Fletcher literally thought someone was robbing a retirement home because of how aggressively Jacobs arrived. This isn't subtle racism. This is Jim Crow in a police uniform. Classical music gets a pass, but jazz, the quintessentially black American art form, gets 5 citations? The judge's reaction says it all. Oh, boy. Even Judge Porter can't hide his disgust at how obvious this racial profiling is. Tell me in the comments, how is this anything other than discrimination?
Oh boy. I'm just curious. What did what did Officer
He
Jacobs
said I
say
was
to you?
making noise. Noise pollution. What the? Sorry. But what is noise pollution?
Okay, I'm assuming that the event, if I can remember correctly, is held outside in like their little garden area.
Yeah, exactly. An outdoor little park thingy that they have us playing, like a little, this wrong thing. What you call it? You all the rich people that all know all this.
Well, I make money, but I don't make that much money.
Right? And I was playing. It was love. It's a nice concert. And then the car come with the siren. He gave me 5 citations at $150 each one. So it was $900. They said I paid it late. Again, I want to say I'm a struggling artist.
Yeah.
So now it's $1,200.
Yep.
Where am I going to get $1,200?
That sounds like Jacobs. Yeah, I'm familiar with Officer Jacobs.
So you know what I'm talking about? What nonsense is this? The white guy plays, okay, yeah, the good, nice classical music, as they will say. I come to play my little jazz, and I get this citation.
Okay. Wow. I will have a chat with Officer Jacobs. I've had many conversations with Officer Jacobs in the past about his way of policing, his how do I say this? His demeanor when it comes to being empathetic to the situation at hand. I think that's a nice way of putting it.
And there it is, the smoking gun of discrimination. A white classical musician plays the exact same venue the week before. No police, no sirens, no citations, nothing. But when a black jazz musician takes a stage, Officer Jacobs comes blazing in with sirens like he's responding to an armed robbery. Fletcher literally thought someone was robbing a retirement home because of how aggressively Jacobs arrived. This isn't subtle racism. This is Jim Crow in a police uniform. Classical music gets a pass, but jazz, the quintessentially black American art form, gets 5 citations? The judge's reaction says it all. Oh, boy. Even Judge Porter can't hide his disgust at how obvious this racial profiling is. Tell me in the comments, how is this anything other than discrimination?
Well, that's a white way of putting it, yes.
Yeah, I'm very familiar with Officer Jacobs. Sometimes his judgment is because what I'm seeing here is that you're playing a concert at the facility that's outside and it's sponsored by the city, which means that the city is okay with you playing this event, knowing that there's going to be music emulating from this event into the community. And although I'm pretty sure that the senior citizens at this facility enjoyed it, who's to say that the surrounding areas, they also enjoy it? Now, even if they did not enjoy it and they called the police, you're still legally within the guidelines of the city charter.
Exactly.
Okay, you weren't violating any noise rules or noise population. Or how do you say it? Noise pollution.
No, exactly.
So the $1,200 fines that you accrued as a result of these citations, I am going to waive those. Okay.
Thank you, Black Jesus.
I am going to issue remedial training for Officer Jacobs on matters of this, because I can't have this courtroom being clogged with cases like this. And Officer Jacobs is an individual who knows better.
Thank you, Black Jesus. Fletcher's relief is palpable, and Judge Porter isn't just dismissing the fines. He's ordering mandatory remedial training for Officer Jacobs. The judge is essentially saying Jacobs needs to go back to police school to learn how to do his job without discriminating. And that line, Officer Jacobs is an individual who knows better. That's judge speak for this officer has been warned before and is deliberately choosing to abuse his power. The judge even points out that Fletcher could have been playing music in his own backyard at 2:30 p.m. and still wouldn't be violating any laws. This whole case was bogus in the start, and everyone in that courtroom knows it. The city is literally sponsoring concerts and then finding the musicians they hired. Make it make sense.
Okay, you're well. Even if you were in the backyard of your home, around what time was this? Because if I can remember correctly, this is like what, like 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon?
Yeah,
time,
it was
around
about
those
2, they told me come for 2, but I got there at 2:30. So
okay, even if you were in the backyard of your home and you were playing music, you're still you're still not violating the laws of the city charter. I don't know what he was thinking. And I want to apologize, not only on behalf of the Mango Park Police Department, but as well as the city of Mango Park, because like I said, I know that they were sponsoring this event. And I'm pretty sure that the senior citizens at that location enjoyed your performance.
yes, sir, they did.
And maybe one day when I'm having a private event at my home, maybe one day I can hire you.
Absolutely.
So you won't be a struggling artist anymore.
Absolutely.
And
I take Venmo, PayPal, cash.
I will make sure that you're paid handsomely. But your fines have been waived, so you're good to go.
Thank
sir.
you very much,
All
sir.
right.
Thank you so much.
You have a good day, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. I want to thank Judge Porter for assisting me today because, some of these police, they're really, I don't want to say racist, but listen, man, this had some inclination of being racist. So thank God Judge Porter was black. And he sees me as a struggling artist just trying to make a living right out.
Let's recap this shocking case of artistic discrimination. Fletcher Melvin, a black jazz musician, was hit with 5 noise pollution citations totaling $1,200 for performing at a city-sponsored concert at a retirement home, the same venue where a white classical musician performed without any police interference just 1 week earlier. Officer Kyle Jacobs arrived with sirens blazing at 2:30 p.m., treating a legitimate musical performance like a crime scene. Judge Porter not only dismissed all the fines, but also apologized on behalf of both the police department and the city, ordered mandatory remedial training for Officer Jacobs, and even offered to hire Fletcher for future events. Fletcher's final words say it all. He credits having a black judge who understood the racial dynamics at play. This case exposes how law enforcement can weaponize citations against black artists while giving white performers a free pass. If this blatant discrimination made your blood boil, smash that like button. Share this video with everyone who needs to see how racial bias operates in our justice system, and subscribe for more courtroom revelations. Comment below. Have you ever experienced discrimination that was this obvious? Because Officer Jacobs needs more than remedial training. He needs a new career.